Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, take care, right?
Take care, Larry. See you, bye-bye.
Thanks so much. We'll see each other again.
Yeah. Turn to you. So you have your camera and...
Yes. Camera, tripod.
Yeah, well done.
I was so confused at where you were. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, my phone's on silent and then we were just chatting.
Oh, he's a good chatter.
Yeah, he's a lovely dude. The pair of them.
They're really sweet. It's just so late. I was like, if I met one more person in there, I'd
Look at this. Right outside. I love it.
Right. God almighty. He's cool. Yeah, well done.
Thank you so much.
I love the I presume this isn't giving anything away for the thing, but you are Barbara.
Oh yeah.
That was so good.
I keep things as close to the truth as possible, but I think as long as it's the truth, sometimes it's not your truth. That's my brother's story.
That's your brother's story.
But we both worked with Barbara. So, it's a true story. I'm gonna have to put on a bit of heat for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, work away. Yeah, it is.
I used to always stress about what is the right temperature, and then the other day I was in a taxi and he had it, I was like, this seemed moderate, and it was 21.5, and he was right. I'm in the pitch dark, is that alright?
Look. Fine. Oh, you were saying do that or something? We can, but it might be a distraction to you driving, I think.
Just never driven with it on, and you know the way people's dads say it's bad, I don't know.
Yeah, so we can leave it on.
Trust the dads.
It's fine, because I feel like,
we'll get bits of light as we go along the way. Anyway, yeah, I keep it as true. I never would make up, some people make up stories, and I just find that absolutely mental thing to do.
Yeah, I'm usually impressed when people make it up, especially if they can make it up and make it sound almost reasonable.
Yeah.
And they're like, I just made that up. I'm like, holy fuck.
I think that's a weird choice.
But that was so fun. That was your brother's. But so she.
Oh God! Oh my God! I didn't see her at all.
Yeah. God. Oh,
Did that person see her? Did she just run across the cars?
No, I think that person saw her, but she's only wearing black. Jesus Christ. But that lady did say, I am Barbara.
No, she said, is anyone else? Is there a Barbara?
Sorry.
Is there a Barbara
she
ever
said,
worked? Obviously, her real name's not Barbara, but she said, is there a Barbara ever in this office? She didn't recognise when someone said her own name.
Sorry, that was such a great... And did your brother say what you said in the bit?
I can't remember. No, I don't know what they said. I don't know what they said to her. It's such a weird thing to happen.
Even a dog answers to its own name.
Oh yeah, that's mine. The jokes are all mine.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That was a fun show. I love, like I was saying to you before about crowd work, and it was like, I don't go out and do that, like, and how are you doing? But then I ended up, do you know, I'm so thrilled, because I was thinking about you coming to this, and I was like, the first time I went there, I was injured, and it was tricky, and the second time, it just wasn't my favourite type of show. And then this time, I'm actually really enjoying it, so I'm chuffed now that I get to actually talk about enjoying it. But there was, a lot of fun. I don't look for the interactions, but then there was a lot of fun chatting.
Those three women...
the three women who, God love them, I fed them too much, and then they were too excited, and they didn't stop talking, and I did try. And, I told them maybe 3 or 4 times to settle down.
But it worked really well, because it almost felt like a recurring bit, almost.
Yeah, so and I think they might have thought, like, oh, he's just messing with us again, but I was like, no, I don't mind them. They're not distracting me. It wasn't that type of chat. What's going on here?
But you were afraid they might be distracting.
Is there somewhere for them to go on that side? Yes. Oh, I don't know.
But I was at the back of the room, and I never... it was only in the opening... But in the opening 5 minutes when you were chatting to everyone anyway, that I became very apparent. But after that, they weren't distracting. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't even know. But they were great fun because it almost added to the energy. You like,
Yeah. I don't care if the audience didn't go for it. I thought it was very fun having a poll on the school dinners. I really thought that was fun. Sometimes I just delighted. And then when I like things like, I get satisfied
The
from
lads, the grumble of the lads.
Yeah, the gendered response to the school dinner was funny.
Yeah.
I like sometimes things will just satisfy me that I like because I've been. Oh God, I'm really need to focus on driving. That's 2 mistakes. Okay, nearly hit a woman and now nearly didn't yield. Okay, focus, locked in, as the young people say. But I like when I said to them, and I got the big laugh out of you, one being from Australia, and whatever it was, I said, have you bad mental health? I don't know, whatever. No, it wasn't mental health. It was about the Australia thing. And then we were going to move on. And someone started saying something again. And I was like, no, we're moving on now. See, I got the biggest laugh. That's what we have to do. I was explaining the structure to them. And then sometimes I think that's funny. And then also I was like, I like when I reveal to myself that I think I know what I'm doing. It still feels sometimes I'm like still new or still like I don't, not to be like, or so like, well look, I'm very blessed to have got a following on the internet during the COVID that people buy tickets to shows. Sometimes I still feel like that. And then I was like, when I explain to them, and I'm hearing myself out loud explaining how the night works, I'm like, oh no, I do know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. I'm like, maybe that's a conversation for comedians in the pub, which I do, is one of my favorite things. To talk about the granular detail of comedy with comedians over pints is my favorite. And how serious we take it. You know, when you're having a big long chat with someone and we need to know, should I say arse or should I say bum? And I just think taking it that seriously, I love.
Yeah. No, me too. There's me and 2 Barcelona comedians started like a show, podcast, the video podcast show called Building an Hour, but essentially you get to watch us build our hour, so it's always constantly those conversations.
You bringing in stuff you were working on.
Yeah, so well actually there's 2 types of episodes. There's a publicly available episode, and that's going to be us working on current affairs material, and then pitching where you could take it. And then there's Patreon episodes where it's like, come on the Patreon episode, it's genuinely us doing this. Okay, this is where I'm taking this. But it's essentially trying to take those conversations that we were having anyway and be like, we find these interesting.
Do you gig in the place where Kyla was gigging?
Well, there's 2 main comedy clubs in Barcelona. Yes is the short answer.
Yeah. And there's an Irish chap, Cork fella called Sean, gay guy. I met him in Cork. Sean something.
You met him in Cork?
Well,
wait, why is this ringing such a bell?
He's like a kind of a gay, cool guy. And he said he lived in Barcelona, and he said he also gigs in that club. He specifically mentioned Kyla as well. So there was I met him, he was home for the Christmas or something.
This is ringing such a bell. I feel like I've met that human being.
Sean.
I've met that human being in Barcelona. Yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Sorry, just
trendy, cool guy.
Trying to be cool guy.
No, trendy.
Oh, trendy cool.
Yeah.
I thought you tried. Yes, I've met him. I met him, I think, in the clubhouse. I met him after some show. I did a spot, and because I must have mentioned I'm from Cork in the spot, and then afterwards I was chatting to him. But there's 2 main clubs. There's the clubhouse.
Did you not just sense the Cork from each other? Isn't that how you people work?
Yeah. It's a radar. Do you know what's weird? But Cork people don't. My accent, as much as it sounds culchy to Dublin people, to Cork people, it's actually it's neutralised a lot. Like, so I don't speak like Cork. You know, I don't have the honk. I mean, if you spoke to my dad and my brother, like my girlfriend's Hungarian, and when she spoke to my dad, she's like, I don't have a clue what he is saying. You know,
that is cute.
Initially, she understands him now, so Cork people, they don't have. I was doing a workshop in Mitchelstown like fucking Monday of this week. It was in the last 5 days. And they're like, where are you from? Like,
no man.
And I was like, I'm from Cork. And they're like, oh, I thought you were like Canadian or American. Like,
oh, that is weird.
So like, because my accent is actually, everyone in Dublin knows that I'm Irish, but not from Dublin. but they they know from South Ireland.
Yes.
I said that is insane.
Broadly Munster.
Yes.
Mitchelstown is where I broke down the other day.
That's
The car broke down.
Right, yeah, it's gonna be like
I broke down at Mitchelstown.
me first and then the car. So what happened to the car?
I stopped. Do you know what? You're asking me questions, and today I talked to a researcher from the Ireland AM, and now I'm getting confused to who I told what to. I don't know. I stopped to have coffee, and you know the way you're supposed to drink all your coffee, have the full cup if you're tired, and I did. And then I went driving one of those motorway lay-bys, which I like stopping in them better than the services because I hate the services. So I stopped.
You prefer the motorway lay-by?
I just think that's a nice few minutes. You have to get petrol, fine. But like, I just think the likes of the services are really annoying, and that often, sometimes they're closed, and they say they're not. But you can buy petrol, but you can't piss. One time I stopped on the way back and I had to just piss in the field.
You mean like the blue parking thing?
Yes.
My fear is always some guy's gonna fucking fly into the back of me. So
Yeah.
I can't ever rest easy there.
You could maybe pull in front of a truck.
Yeah, they'll hit him first.
Yeah. That'll balance it out.
Anyway, sorry, but your car broke down.
Oh yeah, it just didn't turn back on. And it is funny, you go like, I'm an adult, but I still was like, what will I do? I was like, what do you do? I was like, this never happened before. The other day my dad came, he texted me and said, are you home? I can collect the pressure washer. Now, I have his pressure washer. I never told him I had it, but he just knew. And I took it when they were not in Dublin. I went and got it, and I did my back, and I left it there. And he didn't say, give me that fucking pressure washer, or where's my pressure washer? He just said, I'm gonna come over and collect it. And I just thought that was impressive dad work.
Yeah.
How did you know?
It's weird. I admire the patience.
And yeah, how long? I have had it for months. But how long was he aware that I had that? It's bizarre.
It's love for a child will do.
Yes. Raymond, my boyfriend, he was in his parents live in Wexford, and he pressure washed their patio the other day. And then he sent me pictures because I'd be into that. And I was like, oh, lovely. And then the next day, he took out €50 out of his pocket. You know the way you wouldn't really have cash anymore? And he was like flashing his cash. And I was like, where'd you get that? And he's like, my dad gave it to me for doing the patio. And I just think that is fun, that like you can still be a child when you're nearly 40. Why would he give him, like, he doesn't need pocket money for doing the chore.
That bit you did about, you were kind of on about like, what it's like to be, you're always a child on some level. Like, you go home, you can just take whatever you want. There's money in that, just take it. You're like, they all have that mug up there. That was brilliant. It was just so, you're like, yes.
The mug is only new. The 13 amp fuse, that's my favourite.
Wait, the mug is new? When did the mug come in?
Only the last couple of shows, really.
Because that, to me, the mug is what sealed it. I thought that was like, because to me, I'm like, yes, we have a mug in our house.
Yeah.
That was
few screws, €50, and a 13 amp fuse.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of thing I love. Sometimes I think like I'm exhausted by doing stand-up, and I don't think I'm not a joke writer. Like people write really good jokes. Yeah. I'm much more of a say stuff, not storyteller so much, but like, but then I love putting in detail. I do think I am a writer as well. When I put in that detail, that there's a fuse in the mug. I mean, if people who's watching this who've never seen the show, it doesn't matter, but I don't know, I just love that stuff. I get into it then.
I thought, like, the specificity of that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. What did one woman shout out? Well, it was the Abbey. What was she going for?
I think what she was trying to say, and I might be completely wrong,
that they were silent because it was the, like, what did you...
No, you mentioned death, and it was the Abbey, and I think she's trying to imply abbeys, like those old abbeys, like those old cathedrals.
I don't know. I thought it might have been something like I'd mentioned a play earlier, and I slagged off Irish plays, And I wonder, was she like, well, you know, I don't know. It was unclear, but it was okay. I thought she was, and I didn't take the piss out of her, so I think she was okay. But it was an unclear interjection. It wasn't so much a heckle as an interjection. She just had something to say, and it was like, okay. And then we just moved on from there. What did I say? Makes you think. Makes you think.
Yeah, makes you think was a fun kind of like acknowledgement of it. Yeah. Without. Also, I feel like her voice was so loud. I was like, don't engage. I don't know, like.
But sometimes, don't you know that way? When it's loud, actually that loud, you should engage, because people might be curious about what was that person saying.
Yeah.
Don't know. See, this is what happens when the show starts late. Sometimes the show starts at 7:30.
People are way more connected.
Yeah. And you're in a theatre, and then you're in Cabinets, and it's a pub. Now, the show starts late because he's like, get them in, have a few drinks, and that's his prerogative, that's his business. So fair enough. But like, this is the kind of shit it leads to. People do weird stuff that you can't really follow. What? Sorry, what are you talking about, Lo?
It was right after the moment where you said someone shouted out in the theatre.
Yes. And then someone shouted out,
Yeah.
It's a funny room, that, because it's a bit like long and there's a pillar, and I worry about those people down the back.
They can see you though, because where I was standing initially, because I was like, I don't want to be taking anyone's seat. Yeah. But then there was some seats at the very far back. When I sat there, when you sit in the corner, you can actually see you fine. Yeah. But I know what you mean.
Sometimes if it's too far away, or they feel a bit neglected, I kept going to myself. You know, one thing I love about comedy when you do stand-up is when you're doing it and you're doing your routine, whatever you're doing, and you're speaking out loud and doing it correctly, and then also thinking something else in your head. I just can't get over. That'll never stop exciting me. It's mental. How does it work? And when else do we do it? Maybe that's what parents do. I don't know. I don't have children, but it's like you're fully having a conversation and just making decisions in your own brain of like, did I say that? Will I forget that? What if I say that? And I was going to myself, say something about how we doing down the back, and then I forgot to, just to let them know that I know they're there or something.
I know they were loving it. There was two ladies on my right hand side who were at the very far back, and they were in absolute knots.
It's fun,
especially for the dove. The bid, I literally saw them bend over or bent double, laughing at the dove. The women on the dove ad.
I'd stopped doing that, and then I brought it back. Found it. I think there's a key of writing is ruthlessness. That cliche stuff of kill your darlings. Shred it. Get rid of stuff. Get rid. I think that's trim the fat or whatever. Is that what it's? Yeah, trim the fat. Just go. And challenge yourself to find, if you need more minutes, then find more minutes. If you need more jokes, find more jokes. But get rid of things that are buff them. Yeah. Make it shiny. Everything should be buffed by the end.
Louis C.K. was on about comedy. I mean, he was on about like how he squishes. It's like he tries to take an hour and a half and squish into an hour to just kind of squeeze out any air.
It's a nuisance having to look to people like that. I'm interested. It makes me want to go look that up, but I don't want to hear from Louis C.K. It's so fucking annoying. He didn't sexually abuse me in my workplace, but harassed me, or I don't know what he did. Harassment, is that what he did? I don't know.
There is a fascinating YouTube series. Did you ever watch Comedy Without Errors, the YouTuber?
Comedy Without Errors.
He's a comedian who does videos on like people's specials, but it's kind of a deep dive on the thing. So it's very like, if you're into, I think you'd really enjoy at least some of his stuff.
Yeah.
But he started recently. Excuse me. At least I actually think I might actually have gotten a cold recently, and literally he released part 4, I think, in the last 4 days. He has done what is going to end up being a 5-part deep dive processing his feelings and thoughts about Louis C.K. Both like how he felt about Louis initially, and then but he goes. It is fascinating because he kind of approaches it over the course. Like each video is like an hour and a half long. It's insane.
And on a different section of what he thinks of Louis C.K.
Well, analysing it and breaking it down, kind of how he was as a comedy fan, but then like put it this way, because it just he goes further and further into the rabbit hole. Part 4 is breaking down Louis C.K.'s sort of like, why is Louis like this? Why does Louis have the compulsion to do this? And he kind of essentially alludes that Louis C.K. might essentially be an exhibitionist. And he goes on, because Louis C.K. has been on so many interviews, he's able to pull little piece of evidence, I shouldn't call it evidence because he's very clear, he's like, I am not a doctor, but it is fascinating, and you get a sense, because
yes, but there's still consent. You can be an exhibitionist. Is exhibitionism only about showing, it is not about being seen as nice, but only when people want to see you? Is that another?
No. So, exhibitionism in terms of this might be sexual exhibitionism or exhibitionism, because there's sexual and then there's clinical. So because he also draws a parallel between Louis C.K.'s what he did in terms of his allegations, and then also like because
Didn't he admit to doing it? Did he not admit to doing it?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to almost just be in case. I know. I'm trying to be cagey in case someone.
Okay.
That's the only. No, he has, but then he also breaks that down. Oh look, because it's weird. Look here, I am a massive Louis C.K.'s fan, but this is a fascinating deep dive because he does. Okay, here I'm gonna.
He talks about other just comedy in general. Is he a comedian? The guy?
Yeah, the guy's a comedian.
Where is he based? New York.
He's based in the UK.
Oh, okay.
But like, okay, so in Louis' statement where he said he admitted to it, God, you should really watch it. Louis kind of fudges the line a little bit, because Louis says, I asked for permission. This is also true. That's what he says in his statement, right?
Yeah.
It's the opening thing of the video. However, as the video goes on, you realize, yeah, he asked for permission. He didn't wait for an answer.
Yeah, and also, would he have, if they said no, did he have an example of somebody saying, no, you may not masturbate in front of me at work? Is there an example of that? He knew he was going to be told yes.
I don't even think he was told, but I think I don't think they said yes.
All right, yeah. But anyway, I can't remember. I'm just trying to move on from these things.
Yeah, but it's a fascinating deep dive. And I'm like, I hear it. Like, it's weird because I'm still a Louis C.K. fan. So
what does he say about people's specials? Does he go like treating people who have specials on Netflix?
I think I'm just trying to. What was the last special? Because Louis C.K. has been the main thing for like the last 6 months. Because every video only gets released once every 8 weeks.
Okay.
But like when you watch this, you'll understand the amount of work and research that he's put into it has been clearly like.
I've been meaning to get into the video essays. I have been thinking about it. Just because I think sometimes around critical discourse around stand-up, I feel like I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in being part of it or my work being part of it. I feel like my thing at my core is about it's funny, people have a good time, and the creative or not the artistic part is that as you're subconsciously encouraging people to consider their own experiences or their own thoughts on the problems of my life. That's what I think I'm trying to do, and I'm not interested in the prose element. I'm not interested in the joke writing. What a fabulously well-written show. Then I do appreciate people who do that, but I just think that framework to me is not interesting. I'm like, is it fun? Is it good? Did everyone have a good time? Will they laugh about it? That's what I'm kind of interested in. So I'm wondering, am I interested in watching some fella talk about somebody's special? And the special is quite fake. They're not real. On Netflix, there's like fake laughs and fake 2 different performances blended into one, all this kind of shit.
You saw Penguins.
Yes.
Just were you mentioning that there about having a fun show? The Gary Starr.
Yeah.
And you did the workshop then as well, did you?
I was going to and then didn't. I asked you all about it. And then something came up, whatever it was, came up, I couldn't go. I wish I did.
That show was one of the funnest shows I've ever been at.
I've seen it like 3 times. I very seldom see things more than once, but I went to see it 3 times.
It is.
I'm so jealous that you did the
naked on stage.
Yeah. I just would like to know what that's like.
It is exhilarating and terrifying all at once.
The terrifying part is what's interesting to me, because nerves and terror are unkind to the male physique.
Yes.
But yet you still went out in the nude, so that's interesting.
Oh no, you are completely correct, because as soon as I came back off stage, the first thing you do is check once.
And then you're like, damn it.
Yeah, essentially. And also it's like that's the smallest I've ever seen it ever.
Yeah.
Usually it's couched out in this nice warm
Sure.
It's like, so it's like it's relaxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so fear took hold of it,
I want to know what that is. I want to know why. I'm interested in all of the impact of performance on our bodies. I remember reading years ago, before I did stand-up ever, and it probably was a tweet I was reading, but it was like, stand-up comedy is like getting into the same stress levels as a car crash.
No way.
Something, I don't know. And I wore a Fitbit during a show the other day, and I was up in my BPM was like up in the 150s kind of throughout, and for an hour and 10 minutes I burned 916 calories according to a Fitbit. And then, funny enough, a doctor I know, an anaesthetist, he commented on it and was like, that'll happen. I posted online, and he said that'll happen when you're shitting yourself. And I messaged him and I was like, have you seen the show? Because there is not shitting yourself, but nearly shitting yourself is part of the show. And then he's like, no, I just mean, I was like, because I do talk about that in the show. He's like, no, I just mean when you're like revved up like that, it's okay. And I was like, is it unhealthy? And he's like, no, if you were spiking up and down, that would be unhealthy. But he's like, if your body's able to manage being up at that high level of, is that your blood pressure? I don't know. Your heart rate can be high for quite a long time, and that's okay. So I thought that was interesting. But I'm interested in all the effects. I mean, I want to know why nerves and your like bowels, or why are they connected? We say we're shitting ourselves. Is it that thing, that reflex? That one? I forget what it's called, but basically there's this thing that is supposedly left over in us from when we were like tiny little creatures, one-celled, or something.
Yeah.
And that if there was a danger coming towards us, to move quicker, the cell would excrete whatever it had to excrete.
Whatever waste or whatever fat
it
or
would
whatever.
Shit itself, basically, because I'll be lighter if I get rid of that shit. It's so small. If I get rid of this waste product, I'll be faster. There's a name for it. I can't think of what it's called. I keep thinking of mammalian diving reflex. That's a different thing. But I kind of would like to learn more about all the impact on your body and what have it. I don't think it will lend itself necessarily or inform your comedy or your stand-up, but I'm just very curious about it. I'm curious about why your willy goes small, and my hypothesis is that it's like your body's like, well, we definitely don't need this. No, I think it's like your body's like, we don't need this, so just send stuff somewhere else. Send some blood around the brain or whatever. I'm like, it's like, just let that go for a minute. We don't need to worry about that. We'll come back to that later.
So like,
I'm interested in that.
Definitely not having sex right now.
Yeah,
something else.
He cannot make a baby right now because he's very stressed about something. So let's forget about this for the moment.
Let's put blood everywhere else.
Yeah, and let's try and work on that. So I'm curious about it.
And everyone, and like,
why is your stomach sick? Why do you sweat more? Is it different type of sweat? Is there different stuff in there? I'm just curious about all those things, and I'm interested in performance and performers. I love all those things. I love hearing about the different, not so much the little routines, but just what people's experience of, like, music to me seems so nice. They get to do the same thing every time, and that's what the audience want them to do. They want the same thing from them. They want you to play the hits. They don't want you to always surprise them and like comedy should always feel like you're being surprised all the time. Whereas musicians and bands, they get to just do the same stuff, play like Lily Allen's doing her show, she's just playing the whole album start to finish, and that's her show. And I'm like, pretty cool. Seems easy. Seems easy.
It does.
And everyone knows every word already. But she looks great. She's in a cool outfit. That kind of thing. I'm curious about.
Yeah. Music is a
Actors, do you ever, when you talk to actors, they're really interested in the stand-up. They're very curious about it, and because of its freewheeling nature, I think. Whereas a play is rehearsed, and you're obviously with other people, you're in a cast, you're listening and reacting to each other, and the actors are always real into it. They're like, and what do you, and how do you, and they're always really curious about it, I feel.
I would be lying if I said that I found actors, but then also I'm like, how often do I really chat to actors who are pure actors? Most people I know are some blend of everything. But I can see why they'd be interested.
But performers are full of secrets, and sometimes I wonder about actors are maybe cagier with their secrets. Like dancers, I used to really go see a lot of contemporary dance, and
Jesus,
the dancers. He's just shuttling to a halt.
He's just slowing down. No, there's
someone else in front of him. Dancers don't dance to the music. They're dancing to the rhythm or whatever. They're not dancing the way we think. It was like, if they're dancing to a song, we think when this bit happens in the song, you do this. But the music is there, but they're not really dancing with or to the music. Interesting. I was like, this is fascinating.
What are they they're dancing to the rhythm?
Their own, the count. They're dancing to their own score. There's a score within the thing. I don't know for all dance, but I think in some of the contemporary dance I was interested in at the time, they're interested in that. Like, they're just something else.
How did you find? Well, you've done acting before, but how did you find acting on that TV show?
I thought that acting for the TV, for the camera rather, was very dead. I thought I didn't think it would be a very live experience, and then I was humbled to learn it actually is. It's actually, you have very little rehearsal, and you learn your lines, and you go in, and then you do a quick rehearsal, like once, twice through, and then you do it for the crew show, they call it, so people can know what the action will be. And then things happen, and you can make, I was very lucky to work with John Butler as a director who was let us be very free and make decisions and choices, because he wrote it and directed it, and he's the executive producer, so the book stops with him every which way. So he was able to just let us be free, and he'll, adjust the script accordingly. And you actually do make decisions, and then you don't account for. I thought it was just like dead, and it's not live, it's not performance in the same way, but actually it is, because
you respond to the other person.
Yes, yeah. So when you learn your lines, you're in your hotel, you're learning your lines, you're getting ready to go in, and then you go in, and then you forget that the other people all also have choices, and they've also made decisions and have feelings, and then there's this lovely. I think this is when it's good. I imagine, like, I'm only new at it, but I imagine when it's good, you're in this blend of both your choices and decisions, and it still looks, you're in the same story, you're in the same scene, same world. I think that's probably where it's good. And if someone's doing the same thing every time, I find that boring. If someone's you do a few takes the one scene, and if someone's not I'm like, I want it to keep it on your toes. So it is very live. You do make decisions. You are impulsive. You are going on your gut. And that was all. I was really glad of that and enjoyed it. Yeah. It was satisfying and meaty, and you could sink your teeth into it. And also just nice to do something different. Like, loads of people who perform in some way wanted to be a star, wanted to be an actor when they're a kid, and I was like, I definitely want to do more. But I was like, getting one TV show, being told you can do it, being told you're good enough, being told I like you the best, I was like, that's enough. I was like, if I get one, that I have fulfilled what I wanted to do as a kid, like when I was in primary school. I was like, then I was like, that's very fulfilling to me. And I definitely want to do more, but I'm telling myself this lie now of like, that's enough. But it did feel, maybe it's not enough, you want more, but it did feel significant and I enjoyed it.
Nice. And filming in Spain, and that's fucking class anyway, even on itself.
But I didn't really get to enjoy the kind of like, every free minute I had over there, I was making a documentary at the same time, a podcast documentary.
Oh, you made it? Oh shit, you won that one.
Well, I didn't win. I came third, right? And you know, the awards were, the category was audio documentary or children's. I was like, what the fuck? So, what's his name? Second captains, they won the category. Second place was a children's podcast. And then I was highly commended, and I was like, you know what, fuck you. I came second in audio documentary. That's how I'm looking at it. And I just did it, and I didn't have I'm not a second captain. I was like, I just made it. It was about the marriage equality referendum, 10 years to the referendum. And I was very pleased with that. That was kind of, but I did it kind of artfully and did interviews, and I wrote a lot. Yeah.
How many episodes were in that series?
There's 4 of the main episodes, and then there's extended interviews I did about 30 interviews with different people. But what happens is, I thought, like, I didn't know how much work it would be when I started it. And I had this guy, a friend of mine, and he was the producer, and we worked on together with Onic Radio Media. It was like the FM 104's podcast wing. And we were doing it with them, and you do 30 interviews, and they're an hour or so each, and then those interviews are transcribed, and an hour of an interview becomes about 30 pages. So then you have 30 by 30 pages. You basically have a book that you then have to edit into a podcast and tell a story from scratch. Yeah. And that's really hard. I didn't know how hard it was going to be.
So all right, so you do all the interviews first, and then in quote unquote post production, like, okay, now from all of this material,
what do we do? How do we tell the story?
Okay.
What story do you want to tell?
On some level, you're like, okay, so the interviews are actually the easy part.
They kind of were.
No, the hard part is how do we piece these together?
I'm trying to remember, you're like, someone else said something about this. And then you go, when was that? And then you try and remember.
There's no way you could upload it all to ChatGPT or something like, all right, here's what I'm trying to do.
There is a program that they use that is like, there's AI involved that will make the transcriptions, but I interviewed Irish people, so that is tricky for any clever software to understand because the way we speak. Yeah. And so you'd be Control and F trying to find a phrase or a word, but it wouldn't. I don't know. It's impossible. But they were, it was I don't know. Sometimes working really hard on something, I felt like I could. I didn't make any money. I didn't make a cent off it, but so it wasn't like a part of my paid job. But I think I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was home and didn't have most of the work I did on that was in Spain. So if I was home, I'd be doing gigs, you know what I mean? I'd be out, I'd be doing things, I'd be having, normal stuff, family things, partner things. So I think that was kind of a blessing how late I left it. Like I was still copying and pasting bits of episode 4 and episode 3 was out. It was like really to the wire. But sometimes I enjoyed that rock and roll.
And what are you working on at the minute then outside?
I've nothing else new. I want something else now. I'm trying to think. I've nothing. That was such a big piece of work that I was like, I could, and I was able to fit it in, and I was like, okay, I want another thing, because last year was so exciting with a few new things. I was supposed to be doing a cartoon for the BBC, and then they were like, I shouldn't talk about this, I don't know. The company went into administration, but then the BBC were like, we're still going to make it. It was like, okay, are you though? Like, when is it? Like, can I go? I want to do it. I want to be in a cartoon. It was weird. But anyway, that would be easy. That's just going to a booth and doing that. It wouldn't be particularly exciting.
That's fun.
New venture. Yeah, it'd be fun. I'd love to do something for kids. Kids cartoon. I'd love to do something for kids.
Are you represented by Voice Bank then for voiceover?
No, I have one that came in not through the voice agency. I have another one called Volcanic.
Oh
yes. I don't really get the voiceovers though. I don't. I did the narration of documentary on TV3 Virgin Media, called Cleaning Up Ireland, which was good fun. It's about various types of cleaning, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's a good show.
How many sessions? How many VO sessions? How many episodes are in it?
I can't remember now. I think there's 8.
And then is it like 1 hour
there 4 times
per episode?
Different. It was a really nice group of people working on it, and it was a kind of nice hearty show. So it was like, and I love when even if it's kind of entertainment documentary, I like when it's also about other stuff. So we learned about, there was how the city works and how Dublin City Council, what the actual labour that goes into. We're all saying Dublin's filthy, Dublin's a kip, and then you see the work they do, and it's like, well, Dublin City Council people aren't the ones messing it up. There's various reasons why a mess happens in the street, but they also do go out every single day and clean it every single day, and it's interesting to watch. There was one episode had these 2 brothers who were just about at retirement, and they're twins, and they go around in one of them little vans and they clean the bins and clean the streets, and they've been working together as twin brothers side by side for like 40 years. So I love all those little stories. And then about immigrants and the work that immigrants do and what their other job might have been if they'd lived where they were, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like, even though it's an entertainment documentary, it has to be about something else as well. I like that.
Yeah. I think it must have been from that show then that I saw some article about this, like 21 or 22, maybe she's 19, Dublin lady driving one of those things. It must have been that show.
Megan. Yes.
Because I saw some article, so that must be why I saw the article was maybe.
Yeah, and she loves her work. She's like, a lot of people say like it's mad, and a girl's doing dirty work, but I do love it. It's very satisfying, and I love her. She's like pretty and glamorous, and has gorgeous hair, and then she's like driving a little truck, and then she has to clean the street, but she likes it. She loves her work.
But I could see why that work would actually be very satisfying. One, I love watching those videos. You're on about like your boyfriend.
The pressure washing.
Yeah.
I like people who go into the miserable. Somebody who's very unwell, mentally unwell. And they
Did you ever watch Clean with B?
I don't know her specifically.
She the house is a mess, and it's a short, and she just clean. I'm like, this is so satisfying.
Yeah, I love it. I love the guys who clean up people's gardens in America.
Yes, I watched
and
those.
They're always hassled by the HOA.
Yeah.
God, America is so fucked. What are you doing? What are you doing? Only a certain person is allowed to clean your garden. What the fuck? Imagine that. Clean your garden, and then it's like actually, it's so weird. But I love those. They clean up all the carpets, the overgrown. The carpets I don't see so much anymore, Colman, I will say. I used to enjoy them, but that one annoys me because it's like it does kind of never end, the carpet. They're cleaning a carpet, but it never ends.
It just keeps going.
The rugs,
the rug,
I'm like, it just keeps going and going.
As in, at no point is it fully, completely clean.
That thing is never clean.
It's like a limit. You're just like, okay, it's clean enough.
Yeah, and they wrap it up. And also it makes me wonder, we have a rug, and I'm like, should I pressure wash that rug when I had it? But then no, I might have destroyed it, so I don't know. I do want to buy. I don't want to buy any more electronics. I don't want any more things with plugs and single-use devices, air fryers and rice cookers and all this shit. But I would love a wet, dry vacuum. I would love that.
Oh yes, yeah.
I feel like I could spend a lot of time.
Do you ever watch The Pool Guy?
Holla at your boy for the pool work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I feel like I haven't
seen his videos in a while though.
I like him because of the science of his as well. So he cleans pools and he knows what to do with them.
Yeah.
He gets to a pool and rather than drain it and redo it, he knows it needs this, such a thing. They used to print the Independent newspaper there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do anymore, but my father used to tell us every time he passed and we used to go, shut up! You always say that. You know that people say about dad jokes and they say dad jokes are not good, they're bad jokes. They secretly are great jokes because the goal of a dad joke is to annoy you, and they succeed every single time, and that's why that's their favourite. A dad will do a joke that is not good or is a bit of a honk honk, and he'll do that and you go, Dad, for fuck's sake. That's why they love it, and that's what they're trying to do. And
they wind you up.
Yeah, they do it and they achieve it every time and they love it. My dad was doing a joke that we'd heard him do many times, a version of, and there was two two of my brother's partners were there, so 2 girls at the table, and we're a family of boys. And there was it was Christmas, so someone was talking about that almond flavour Baileys.
Okay.
And now we've heard my dad do a version of this joke a million times. He'll throw it in different places. But one of the girls said, "Oh, I was going to buy that almondy Baileys," and he said, "Oh, Almondy Baileys, I think I used to go out with her." Right? Now, we've heard him do it a million times, but it was one of the best moments of his life, because the girls had never heard it and they thought this was so funny, and it really caught them off guard, as a good joke should do, and they were like pissing themselves and throwing their heads back laughing, and he was so delighted with himself. Like, to not just make anyone laugh, but to make the 2 girls laugh. That's brilliant. For a man in your 60s or whatever, they're fucking chuffed. Like,
The 4 of you all just rolling your eyes at him.
And my mother as well.
And he's like, none of you appreciate me.
Yeah.
None of you appreciate me. I'm crushing it over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's your dad's name?
Jake. Old Jake.
Go on, Jake.
I like the pool boy I was saying, because I like that he knows what chemicals. I like when he shocks. He's like, we're going to shock the pool. I like he chose them. I like people who have jobs that they enjoy. I like hearing about that. I think that's always interesting. People who love their work. That's always really interesting. No matter what their work is, I like to listen to it. And I love, you know what I'm into? If I could start again, I would love to be a pharmacist. I'd love that. I love jobs that have loads of knowledge.
Pharmacist.
I just like that they know what chemicals mix with this, and you can't have that if you have that, and you should try and do this, or what kind of headache. I just like it. I just think that's cool.
Yeah, no, I think I like the cam that's in the pharmacy, but I don't know if I'd ever want to do that job. But the cam, and there's always beautiful. Like there's always or at least in any pharmacy I go into, it always feels very like serene. Like it feels like everyone in there practices yoga.
I don't know. There can be chaotic energy in there as well. I like. What was I going to say? You know, when you are away. I think this is the right one.
This is the right one.
Because if you go, sometimes it'll tell me the space of 1 minute difference in the time. It'll say go around this way and swing around the long man, all this shit. But I like when you're abroad and you're not well, and then the pharmacist just saves the day. That is so great. I love it.
I've never felt the love so much for a pharmacist.
Well, I just think they're a forgotten part of care, and they really are a part of care. And I think that's cool that they come from being chemistry nerds or whatever they are to begin with.
I do like them that, like, rather than go to the doctor first, it's like, no, go to the pharmacist first. They might be able to solve your problem.
Yeah.
And then if you're stuck, the doctor's so fucking expensive, and the pharmacist is like,
the doctor costs €72 now.
It's insane. 72.
Are you fucking mental?
Christ.
What are you talking about?
I feel like everyone we'll all just save up our problems. We're like, all right, I have 3 things for you. I can spread it across 3.
Now it's telling me this Long Mile Road thing again.
Yeah, so you're gonna move over.
I was here today, and didn't I go up there by mistake?
Yeah, no, but this is perfect.
Yeah, but I went up there.
Oh, right.
It was so annoying. And the thing changed from, it was like 9 minutes changed to like 27 or something. I was like, oh, fuck's sake.
4 hours.
Oh, this is green. I wanted to buy a new electric razor, and I went to a Boots, and I was so excited. It was like a treat for my journey, having driven home so boringly, 186 kilometers, and it was all out of stock. I was devastated.
Okay.
Again, I shouldn't be buying the single-use electronics.
Single-use electronics. I think I buy everything on fucking Amazon now. I don't even like.
We passed Amazon there a few minutes ago.
I saw, yeah. Even though whenever you buy something on Ireland Amazon, they just fucking go send it from the UK anyway.
Do they?
Just because, like, when you
I don't
see
really understand. Is it the same Amazon? What's happening?
No, there is. I mean, that is an Amazon warehouse, but sometimes you buy. They can't have everything, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just. But if you go onto the Amazon UK, or look, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe this is not how it works. But on the Amazon UK, if you try and buy something, it's like, oh, it'll be there in 6 days. You're like, okay, go on to Amazon Ireland. You're like, surely.
You guys know what's
If you want to move into this right hand.
Yeah, no, I'm okay now.
Okay, sorry. It was the lack of moving in for a while. I was like, okay.
The lane hadn't opened yet.
But on the Amazon,
He didn't indicate what brand of car does he drive. A BMW. Isn't that fascinating? Everyone says that. It's like a trope.
The
BMWs don't have indicators, and they really don't. Now I know he was in the right lane to go right only, but just do it. I don't understand people being bold like that.
Option extra.
Oh shit.
Sure, you gigging then tomorrow?
No, tomorrow is my brother's 40th, and I don't know. It is some kind of surprise. There was a whole WhatsApp group set up about it, and I was Canohook, be may busy, and I just was like, yeah, sounds great. So I don't actually know. Is it a surprise? I just went, don't say anything about his 40th ever. So that's my plan. I will attend to whatever I'm told to do. There's also a baby birthday in the morning of twins. So, and I haven't met, they're one, and I haven't met these twins, my cousin's kids.
No fucking
So
way.
I might go
Twins.
to a baby birthday in the morning.
Was this their first set of kids?
No, they have another child who's like 3.
Jesus.
I know, I don't know how people do it. As a comedian, Shane Clifford he had twins as their first baby.
He got twins.
Yeah, they have twins, yeah. But then it's just like, he was kind of like, well, we had no babies and now we just have 2 babies. So it's like, this is what life is. It just, everyone's life changes when a baby comes. So it's like, if 2 babies come, that's what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine. I don't know how. I often talk to Emma Doran as bounce all my thoughts on the comedy and the doing comedy and the businessy part. I don't know how she has children and does this. I don't know how. She does all her mom stuff. She has like big children who are like in first year and secondary school and stuff. I'm like, how do you do? I have to feel so selfish. I'm like, all I do is think of myself. I make shows by myself, talk with myself, and I'm the fucking show on the road. I'm the business here. And I'm like, how do you do all that and
be a mum?
I have so much resting to do, you know. How do you do? I don't know. And I don't mean to be like. Obviously, men have to worry with this as well. But Emma's just who I talk to, is what I meant. I don't know how people be a parent and do something that's so consuming or so much about yourself. Or I don't know.
What age are her kids? Like 12, 13?
She has a grown-up daughter who's like 21, 22 or something, and then she has 2 boys who are younger. One of them was in first year, I think. Yeah, the other one's in primary school. But and that type of child, they have so many places to go and do and be at that age of child. I'm like, how do they do it? Like, how do they do it? And to be on the road so much, put so much stress on the other partner of you do this and you do that. I don't know how people manage it.
Yeah.
Having kids and doing this. I don't know how. Like Tony, who I do the podcast with, he has 2 kids, but they're still very small. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that seems easier to me or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It hasn't arisen that, like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm
No.
shy, like,
No.
It just feels easy. If the kids are really small, like pretty much kind of babies, it's kind of like, well, but
yeah, I know
just,
what you mean.
They just bop around.
Wild. Fucking Shane Clifford twins.
Scary.
Yeah, on some level it's handy.
What pub is that? What's that called?
That one is, I always get these confused. There's 3 pubs around here and I always get the 3 of them confused. This one is the Laurel, so the other one must be
Harrystown.
The Arches, is that what it's called? Perrystown, yeah. It's like 2 streets is Perrystown.
Yeah. They're very passionate about it, though, the Perrystown people.
They are. I genuinely have a spare tripod if you wanted.
No, that seems to be rocking there, so I wouldn't worry, and I wouldn't be able to take it off as well. I'd feel weird about it. That seems to be okay.
Well,
I might look up. I can't even remember where it is.
And thank you very much for letting me join you.
A pleasure. Is it the back of this car?
No.
Further?
Further on. These houses all look the same. Whenever I'm driving, so I think, further on. I think where that car is parked.
Do you keep a room here?
And then just beyond these hedges here.
Do you keep a room?
Yes.
And then you also go to Spain?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Which might make you think that I have lots of money, but that is not the truth. Tell you what, I'll stop this and I'll tell you how much my rent is, and you'll understand. But thank you so much.
No, a pleasure.
Do you want to hug it out? Or?
Sure, we hug it out.
But thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was really nice to have the company and have the chat.
But yeah, thank you so much, and well done. And yeah.